Welcome to Breaking the Vow on Strong Island Radio. This is a show where we turn pain into power and find recovery after divorce, separation, and breakups. This is where we push the emotional hang-ups to the side and create a plan to reach our best possible potential. This is where the next chapter starts and how the healing begins. So let's welcome your hosts, Theresa D. and Benny, the Life Coach.
Okay, and guess what? We are back. Welcome to another edition of Breaking the Vow. I am Benny, the Life Coach.
And I am Theresa D.
And today we are sleepy, but Theresa has to get closer to the mic, says Bobby. Now, we do have fun with these podcasts, and by this time, I mean, we put out a fair share of them, and we do hope that you listen and you find something encouraging, empowering, and something that you can relate to. So, Theresa, what's something that I do on a daily basis?
You write.
I do write from time to time. And since the start of the pandemic, I should say, I've put out 6 books. I write a lot.
Yeah.
I write a lot. Well, I wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning and start writing.
I know. And you're disciplined like that.
I can say that at a time when I was most depressed, writing saved my life.
Yeah.
There has to be a way to replace thought with action. And if you don't have something to replace thought with action, I think it becomes really difficult, and I have a hard time with that for myself. So I think the first book I wrote was called Operation Depression, and that really started from well, you were there for part of it. So I think the part about that is, I was going through so many different hard things at the time, and I didn't know how to process what was going on. And then after that, I just started writing, and I made a decision that if I'm not going to die, I got to live.
Right.
Best line ever from any movie was Shawshank Redemption.
I love that movie.
And what did he say? Either get busy living or get busy dying. And I chose to live. So I started writing, and it really changed my life. It opened a lot of doors for me that would never have been opened.
No.
I did actually, one of the cooler things that I got to do was go into the library, to the East Meadow Library, which is a place that
Like the card indexes and everything?
Oh, yeah. So I hadn't been...
Real old school library.
Real library.
That makes me so excited.
I went in there just to walk around. I just moved back to the neighborhood, and I was like, I started talking to people, and they're like, what do you... I said, I go, I want to get a library card. And they go, what's with the library card? I said, well, I never had one before. And I've never really gone... The last time I was in that library...
Yeah.
I was a young, crazy kid on whatever I was on and running around, screaming at the people in the library and whatever. I wasn't in good form at that time. Mm-hmm. So I went in and I told them why. And they're like, so you're a writer? I said, yeah. And at the time I put out a short story that was, it was published. A legitimate publisher took the story. Mm-hmm. The story was not well written. It was short and interesting. Mm-hmm. But they allowed me to do a book review.
Nice.
And I was able to do a book review in my hometown where I was the opposite of what I had become,
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there, and so I'm nervous. People start coming in, and they bus people in from the old folks' homes or the assisted living, and they're all sitting up front, and most of them just want to talk about the fact that I'm tattooed.
Uh-huh.
And why would I do something like that to my body?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand. The body's a temple. Why would you do that to your body? And I said, well, my body is a temple. My temple's just colored.
Right.
So after a while, they didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So I started telling stories, and I started discussing the book and what the book was about, and how everything I write is sort of related to me or my life. But at
Yes.
that time, I was just writing fiction. When I got into,
But was it really fiction?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of the said allegations against me. Any questions thereafter must be solely directed to my lawyer and answered thusly by them. And yes, this has been recorded. 100%. I mean, there was some truth to it.
Uh-huh.
It was based on actual crimes in New York City history, and I just had fun with the story, and someone picked it up. As I grew in my writer's voice, I started to improve. At the time, I mean, I was certainly clunky. My sentence structure was off. And some might say it is now. I'm a prose writer more than anything, and I'm comfortable with that. I think that at the time, I was going through so many changes, and I was trying to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
it's
that's
not-
hard.
Well, when you try, it doesn't make sense, but when you try, you fail. When you do, you succeed.
Right.
And I put so much emphasis, and I tried to use the, multi-million-dollar words, and I tried to make this piece come out, and there were some cool things that happened from it. I mean, I got to meet some people that were absolutely incredible. I had the chance to write a poem for someone who lost their son to an accidental death. I had chances like that money can't buy.
Right.
And I kept on, I stuck with it. And it gets really discouraging because you never know who's reading, who cares.
Right.
But I remember my mother had a bunch of these manuscripts. And, my mom at that time she was in so much pain. She was really uncomfortable. And she was reading through these manuscripts. And some of the stories, back then were a little bit more thriller-esque or like horror stories.
Yeah.
But there was like meaning behind it. It wasn't just senseless violence. It was kind of natural. And I remember her coming out, give me more pages, give me more pages. And she really enjoyed it. And that was so cool. So when I did the presentation in my town's library, Mom was sitting in the back. And Mom was yelling up to the front, tell them the story about the man. Tell them that story. Tell them that one. No, not that one, the other one. And, I remember being humiliated. It was so...
No.
Oh, God.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Well, now, because Mom's not around anymore, it was really... It was interesting. And she would tell people, my son's a writer. Mm-hmm. And I think...
Because you are.
Thank you. I think when I heard her say that, I remember believing in my heart that I gave my mother something to be proud of.
You did.
I hope so.
But she was proud of you anyway. It didn't matter.
She was, but at that time, especially then, I was so painfully insecure that I didn't know that I had all these talents.
Right.
Everyone does, by the way.
Yeah.
We all have talents. We're not all created equally because some people have talents that I don't have.
Right.
I have talents that other people don't have. So that means we're not all created equally.
Right.
So, if you're born into a multimillionaire or billionaire club, you come from the lucky gene pool. Yeah, I get that. For me to say we're born equally, it's inaccurate because you'll have things that I'll never be able to have. So, I have another book coming out, and this is coming from book number 6. And I'll tell you what, let's go to take a commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll come back and I will read an excerpt.
Yeah.
See you in a few seconds.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant.
Advanced protection wrap.
Yes.
Is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, you know, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome.
And we're back.
And what are we back with, young lady?
We're back with you.
We're back with me reading. Okay. So we are back with reading. This is something from my, I'm trying to get a clip up right now. Hold on. This is from a book called The Written Addiction, Notes from the Road. There are so many things that I haven't seen. There are so many places I haven't been to and things I haven't done. But I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm ready, Mom. I swear. I'm looking to experience, smell, touch, taste, and see new things. I swear that I'm ready this time. I think age can be a problem. Not to be too young or too old, but either can be the culprit of why we cease or desist. I think this is a mindset, I think this has to do with the way we see things. I think this has to do with our fears, concerns, wants, and needs. I think what holds us back the most are the obstacles in our mind. It's our thoughts. It's our ideas and our worries that the worst will come true. I think a time comes when our will and our need to be or feel happy outweighs our fear. Otherwise, we never move. Otherwise, we sit still and worry about the unknown and all the other things that sit beyond our control. I think our moments of realization, or wait, it's better to say that in our moment of supplication with ourselves and or the Creator, we make a decision that nothing can hold us back. This doesn't always happen for everyone. Or, who knows, maybe this does happen for everyone. Maybe people are too afraid or too stuck. Maybe this is why so many of us quit before we start. I think you were trying to teach me this. I think you saw things that held me back. Yet, All you wanted to do was help me. All you wanted to do was urge me to go forward. All you wanted was for me to see that I was capable. You wanted me to see what you saw, but I couldn't. To be honest, I think this is a dilemma for most moms in the world. I think some of this is what you were trying to tell me, but hey, as we all know, intentions do not always match interpretation. The deception of our perception can be a tricky thing. I know this because I have been deceived by myself for way too long. I have this question which I ask myself, if not now, then when? When is it time to live? When is it time to try or dare? When is it time to feel the sun on my face without worry? When is it time to enjoy the wind through my hair without worrying about anything else? When can I do something as simple as see an open field and not be afraid to take the hill or run through the grass? There are so many things that I missed. Lifetimes can pass without anyone noticing. I know this for sure. People grow, move, pass away, and then we turn around in some kind of urgent moment of awareness and we ask ourselves, how much have we lived? What did we miss? How many times do we die until we finally realize this is it? There are no do-overs. There are no take-backs. This is it. We only get one shot. There were times when I would be on the roof of a tall building, dead center in the middle of New York City. I would look at the buildings around me. I would look at the sky. I would scan my eyes along the East River and the bridges that stretched from Manhattan into Brooklyn. I would wonder if my destiny was out there. I wondered what my destiny is, or if I would ever find my purpose. I go back to the things you told me. I go back to the times you would try to simplify what I would complicate. You were trying to help. I know this, but yet kids often find their parents and their help as an insult. My interpretation was you wouldn't believe or understand what I was trying to say. But no, none of this was true. Oh, hold on. I lost my spot. You were only trying to tell me what you were seeing. You were only doing what it was that you do best. You were just being a mom. I'm ready now, Mom. I really am. I want to see things. I want to do things. I want to toss my worries out the window and drive off to see everything I've always wanted to see. I want to try. I want to make things happen. I want to do this before I turn around and find it's too late. Too much time has passed and too many opportunities are gone. I want to smell, taste, touch, and feel all that I can because here I am, closer to the end, and I'm closer to the end than I am to the beginning. I have things I want to do. I have things I want to build. I still think about the farm. I thought about this last night. This happened after watching a video of a young teen that went through abuse at treatment centers. I suppose this is why I want to create a better option. I still think about the dream you told me about, remember? I'm talking about the dream with the weeping willow. I think about this. I hope that wherever you are now, there's a weeping willow and a quiet little country stream. I hope it's like the one you told me about. By the way, I use this version in my head. I use this to help me build a place where someday there'll be a barn, a farmhouse, and people, kids, or whomever it may be that needs a place like this. I want to try again. I want to write more and do more. I don't want to allow myself to be held back anymore, Mom. You used to tell me, you can't be afraid to try, son. And I would argue back. I'd say that I wasn't afraid of anything, but that's not true. The truth is, I was always afraid of everything. I was afraid that I was a joke, that I would never amount to anything, that people would laugh, or that I was just this person, able to reach but never touch, able to see but never have. I was always afraid to find out that I was the last to get the punchline. Or worse, I was afraid to find out that I was the joke. And the worst part of this is that everyone else was in on the joke. See, the mind doesn't comprehend the difference between real or imagination. All the mind does is sense emotion, which causes us to go through chemical changes. I used to think of myself and put myself into a panic. I used to think myself into destruction. I literally thought myself sick. This is why I was so tough to reach. It was my thinking that made me unreachable. This had nothing to do with anyone else. This wasn't anyone's fault, especially you, Mom. And there was no one to blame. In fact, for years now, doctors have been saying depression is a problem with our chemistry, not our character. I never knew how to explain myself. Then again, I was afraid to admit any of this to anyone. What if they look at me and laugh? Or what if they tell me I'm crazy? Oh, wait, no. What if I am crazy? What then? There was something I learned a while back. I forget this sometimes, which is why I remind myself now. Crazy people don't think they're crazy, so it's good to give ourselves a break. Oh, and for the record, stupid people don't think they're stupid. They think they're smart. It's hard to be so aware sometimes. It's hardest when our awareness is misled or misguided by ideas that stem from inaccurate truths and unfortunate experiences. I think this was something you were trying to teach me. Maybe I couldn't understand then. Maybe I had to suffer a little bit. Maybe I had to take my falls and get up. Maybe I had to hurt before I could heal. I don't know. But I know that I'm ready now. I'm right here, which is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I have to say it. Life can be lonely sometimes. I admit this. I miss so many people, which hurts. I know most of our life is beyond our control. I know that time waits for no one. I know that if not now, then when is a great question to ask ourselves. I don't know whether I'm heading in the right direction or if the signs I see mean I should take a note, be careful, or turn around. Sometimes I don't know what's right or wrong. I only know I have work to do, which means I have to keep going. I know that in my head, deep inside, I can hear you say, you just have to take a chance, son. I've been trying to reach you lately. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm not sure where the universe takes my messages. I don't know if they get to you quickly or if they reach you at all. Maybe I talk to you because I have so much to say. And like anyone else in the world, I wish I could hit the reverse button sometimes. I wish I could take a few things back too. I'm thinking about the last time we went to dinner on Mother's Day. A piece of me knew what was coming. A part of me knew this was going to be our last Mother's Day with us. I knew it. I just didn't want to believe it or deal with it. I wish you could see where I live now. I wish you could see the mountains. I wish you could see where... I wish you were here to read my books and see what I do. I guess what I'm trying to say, Mom, I wish you were here. I wish I could hear you say, I'm proud of you, son. Other people try to tell me this fact. People say this even when I ask them not to. I've shared notes to you which I specifically ask people, do not respond. And what do they say? They respond. They tell me you are proud of me, and I suppose that they don't understand. It hurts for me to hear this from them. The truth is, I just want to hear this from you. I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to give you things another chance. I'm going to give your things another chance. I'm going to try again. I'm going to look, to smell, taste, touch, and see, feel as many things as the world allows me to. I promise, Mom. I'll do this, but if you can, send a bird, send a butterfly, send something, please. Send something to let me know you got my Mother's Day letter. Happy Mother's Day. Love always, your son, Ben.
That was beautiful. Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year, when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Wrap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant.
Advanced protection wrap.
Yes.
Is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
yes,
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry. So we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Ooh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, and we're back. So it was very difficult for me to read that, mainly because...
But you did it.
I did it. Well, the problem is the lettering on my phone is so small, and I have Kindle on my phone.
Why weren't you wearing your glasses?
I can't see. It's up close.
Oh.
I need reading glasses for this. So...
I have reading glasses. I would have given them to you.
Thank you. So
And
Notes
they're
from the
Tiffany.
Road are basically letters to my mother, letters to my father, letters to my daughter, letters to friends, and letters to people that have passed away. Mm-hmm. And I believe in writing letters.
Absolutely. Except when you get a 17-page letter from a psycho.
Well, true story. True story. When my father would get angry with somebody, and the old man would, if he got angry with like an administrator,
Mm-hmm.
when it was business, he goes, "I don't yell.
Yeah.
I write letters."
You have to earn that shit for somebody to yell at you. Like,
Well-
that takes a lot of energy.
That's bullshit. My father yelled, but when he say, "I write letters," what he meant is, I'm going to write a letter to your supervisor. Mm-hmm. And it's all business, because once it's in print, it really happens. So, I mean,
Right.
listen, I stumbled when I was reading, and I apologize, but I do hope you got the gist. I will say that I write because there are things in my heart that I want to allow them to be free.
Right.
And there's this weird thing when someone passes away in your life. They're still there.
Yeah.
But yet they're not there.
Right.
So Einstein was really smart, right? We're still talking about him, so he had to
Right.
know a few things. The interesting that Einstein said is, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just changes forms.
Right.
Life is energy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It is.
So in that sense, we can neither be destroyed.
Mm.
We go on living, and the way I keep my mother or my father or my loved ones living is I talk to them and I
Yes.
write to them, and that has really been helpful. Listen, I don't care how tough you are, how old you are. I'm a boy that needs his mom. I'm gonna say it flat out like that. I don't say that as a sense of weakness. I say that as truthfully, like, when you're a kid and your parents are telling you something, it's like this insult. It's like they don't know what you're thinking. It's like they don't understand. Mm-hmm. And when parents say to kids, "Well, you'll understand when you get older," How many times have you said that?
Famous last line.
Yeah. You'll understand when you get older. And
Yeah.
maybe that's true, and I do understand more
Or
now that I'm
you'll
older.
understand it when you have kids. Like, that's
Sure.
a big one, too.
And I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm actually saying that is true. But I also am saying it creates a gap. Because when I remember my father said, well, what do you know? You're just a kid. I'm like, well, what do you know? You ain't been a kid in a while. So all it does is create a gap between us. And I think as I grew older, I did understand more. But as I grew older, I wanted to bridge that gap that I was never able to bridge as a child. So my father, God bless the dead, I never really had the opportunity to get to know him. So in my youth, or in the wildness of my youth, my head was in a million different directions. And he and I, we both loved each other, and that was clear, but we couldn't get along.
Yeah. Do you think maybe you didn't get along because you were so much of the same person?
We were similar. He was frustrated because I wouldn't, why don't you just do this? Just, it's not that hard. Why are you making, but to me, I couldn't understand it. You know, he tried to teach me something in math. Why, just do this. Well, the word just didn't make sense to me.
Right.
So it was very difficult. He would be frustrated, and he couldn't change me, and he couldn't fix me.
Right.
And that powerlessness
Yeah.
is so frustrating. And I see that relevant in the parents that I coach today.
Absolutely. There's always a point in, I mean, as a mom, and you feel helpless because of things that are happening to your children, it's like an everyday occurrence.
By the way, folks, I'm drinking this lemon tea.
You have to. It's for your throat.
My throat's in bad shape. I got to stop yelling. But anyway, this is bad. So anyway, back to what you're saying. As a mom, you want to fix, you want to take
fix
care,
everything.
you want to nurture.
Yes.
You know, you want to bubble
And
wrap
there's
them
times that
so they don't ever
right,
fall.
Right. And there's times when you just can't. And those are the times where that are so frustrating.
Do you remember the first time you ever saw one of your children in the hospital?
Yeah.
How impossible was that moment for
Oh
you?
my God. Listen, she was 18 months old. She went into anaphylactic shock.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Turned blue, stopped breathing. You're helpless.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
So I think my first memory was I couldn't fix it. I couldn't make her feel better. But I remember literally saying to myself, I would die if this meant she didn't have to feel pain again.
Yes. Yes.
So my daughter was 2, and she was somehow sitting on her mother's makeup table, and she fell and she cut the bottom of her chin.
Ouch.
And I was actually in the hospital saying goodbye to my aunt who was about to pass away. I just didn't know it yet. So I'm coming home. We were supposed to go to dinner. We didn't go to dinner. We had to take it to this hospital. Not even going to say the name of the hospital because it was intense. And after a while, we had to wait for the surgeon to come in. And it was in the middle of the winter. And he was tan. So he just came back from an island.
Yeah.
And he's not someone I could relate to at the time. He comes in, and he puts on the mask. His hair's all gray and windswept. He's got these glasses on, which he's looking at me from the tops of his glasses.
Was he single?
I did not like that at all. They put her in a papoose. My daughter's 2, and they're going to stitch her. And at the time, all she knew how to say was all done when she didn't want something. She was
Yes, all
she was
done.
screaming, all done, all day, all done. And she knew how to say please. She knew how to say help me. And she was like, and when she would cry, her mother would say, I know. So she would be like, I know, when she was crying because she didn't know what else to say.
Right.
And she's looking at me.
I can't.
And the nurse turns to look at me and goes, sir, she's not in pain. She's just frightened. And I go, don't talk to me at all. Just so. The longer you talk to me, the longer it takes her. And the doctor looks at me and starts sewing. Then, I think I've said this before on air, he goes back to it, and she looked, Daddy, please help me. Nothing in the world could be that painful. So the doctor tells me, sir, if you can't calm down, I'm going to have you leave this hospital. And I explained to him that they would have to get to me before I get to him. So I think you should sell. And he did. Mm-hmm. But I remember at that point, I would have literally allowed my face to be cut off so she wouldn't have to. So, this is some of what the book is about, folks. In any case, we're going to go to a commercial break and then finish up with a constructive conclusion.
Yes.
In the next block.
Mm-hmm. Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year, when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Wrap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant.
Advanced protection wrap.
Yes.
Is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
yes,
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben.
Yes?
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. And we're back because someone else doesn't feel like saying, and
I'm
we're
tired.
back. Well, sometimes people have engagements the night before.
Sometimes.
And sometimes people tell me, I'm not going to stay out that late. No.
Famous last words.
No, but I'm not even going to mention the martini texts or anything like that. But you know what? I want to tell you that I am blessed that you chose me for a co-host.
Who else would I choose?
I know, really.
Clear.
Who else can keep talking like this?
Hey, who else? First of all, who else can tolerate me?
I don't know about that. I think you're more beyond tolerable. I think you're awesome.
Well, so are you.
I know, but I know a few things about you.
You know, and I know a few things about you.
Yeah, neither of these things are ever going to come out on the air, by the way.
Ever.
But it's interesting when you meet people and like they kind of connect in your life, and you kind of they empower you.
It's like a soul connection.
The people that you want to keep in your life are those who empower you and encourage you. I stay away from
who when you're with them you want to be a better person.
Yes. And that is you. And that is you. Like, for example, let's say we're running a charity event and whoever wins the raffle gives the money back.
Yes.
We don't fix raffles here,
No.
folks.
No.
And I remember thinking, hey, what happened? And Theresa comes in, she's like, don't you dare.
Yeah. And those were the only 3 words I looked at you and said.
And I was afraid, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. But I think someone else that we knew won and put it back in the pot anyway. And that was great. But, I think the cool thing is, and this is really why I write, because it's introduced me to so many amazing people.
Yeah.
Like, how my books come out is because I have some of the most incredible, amazing, loving people behind me
Yeah.
that if I ever thought about quitting,
You wouldn't. You
Well-
couldn't. We wouldn't let you.
yeah, there'd be people beating me up, I guess.
Yeah.
I would have to start the training in jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And I don't think I could train fast enough. But, folks, we keep coming out with these shows. You know what I really would love for you to do? Give us some feedback.
Yeah. Send us an email. We get many, but
We
send
do
us
get
an email.
We do get emails.
Yeah.
We do get some weird questions,
Yeah.
which I guess we can read them on the air one time.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a show about that.
All right. So here's a challenge, folks. Send us some emails, and we will read them unedited.
Oh, really?
Unless it's insulting.
Yeah. You can't do that.
I think we've gotten.
Yeah, we have.
We have gotten.
Yeah, like hate mail.
We have.
Yeah.
And to them, I say,
Then don't listen.
kiss my ass. So get your own show, pal. I don't care. You guys don't know what you're doing.
By the way, breakingthevow@gmail.com is the address.
I might email myself my own questions.
Oh, I have a ton of questions.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Miss Sally Smith wants to know, what did it say in the 17-page letter?
So many questions.
Miss Kara Barker wants to understand, why do you guys make that reference to Starbucks all the time? What happened at Starbucks?
Yes. What happened at Starbucks? That was one of them, actually.
It is one of them, but
Yeah.
actually, it's not what happened at Starbucks. It's what didn't happen at Starbucks that was expected to happen at
Yes.
a Starbucks.
Yes.
But, fortunately, people have more respect for themselves.
Yes.
And so do we. And we do appreciate you, and we do love that you check in with us and listen. And we're going to call it quits for today, folks. But I'll tell you what, check in with us next week. I'm sure
Yes.
we have something really interesting for you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Peace out.